Hello, Nantucket. This is Roberto Santamaria with a quick update regarding Thanksgiving with COVID. Over the past few days, we've had a pretty significant rise in cases on Nantucket. COVID can spread pretty easily indoors, so we need everyone to do their part to prevent this surge. So how is this spreading? Well, let's say that each pod or household represents a household of 4 people. So it's spreading by saying, let's say the pod 1, person 1 gets infected. Then everyone in pod 1 about 2 days later gets infected as well. And then pod 1, person 1 goes to a game night with pod 2, person 2, and has lunch with pod 3, person 3. Now both of them get infected. About 2 days later, everyone in pod 2 gets infected. But let's say pod 3, person 3 is found through contact tracing and isolates from the rest of the household. Well, then there's no more infections in pod 3. But if pod 2, person 2 and pod 4, person 4 all go out and work together without masks, well, then now pod 4 gets infected. And then about 2 days later, everyone in pod 4 gets infected. So it's really important to understand that all these pods, all these households have to stay isolated from each other, because as soon as one person ventures outside of that and connects with somebody else's pod, now both pods are interconnected. Think about it as a Venn diagram. As soon as one person interacts, all of them are interacting. So it's really important to understand that this is how it's spreading. And that's what we're seeing here and across the country. Across the country, what we're seeing is that carpooling, indoor gatherings like game nights, all of that is what's causing the coronavirus surge here in the fall. So when you're going to gather for Thanksgiving, if you decide to gather and you're not going to, and if you decide to enter somebody else's pod or have somebody comes into your house, make sure you get tested about 48 hours before traveling or gathering. Get tested as soon as you get to the island when you come back, or if you travel off. And then when you're doing so, you have to fill out your travel forms from Massachusetts. So to avoid getting COVID during the holidays, try not to travel. And then when you do, wear a mask. And while you're there around in the household, please stay 6 feet away from others. Bring your own food, drinks, cups, plates, and/or napkins. And then consider hosting virtual Thanksgivings. And lastly, if you have any questions, please email us at health@nantucket-ma.gov or visit mass.gov, cdc.gov, or the Denver Health YouTube channel that has a lot of good Thanksgiving tips. This has been Roberto Santamaria and your Thanksgiving update. Please stay safe.